honoree for 2007 is Don Shields, Program Director and Sports Director of WRKD, WMCM, WFAU, WIGY, and WRKD. Don Shields has been a fixture in the Mid-Coast Maine broadcasting circle for more than 22 years. He has gone to bat for local sports programming and prevailed against impending budget cuts. He has created the Food for Families and Fuel for Families programs to help needy people in his listening area. In his spare time, he coaches Babe Ruth in high school baseball and helps deliver flowers for his wife's flower shop. People in Rockland area smile when they see Don coming. For his longevity in and contributions to the broadcasting industry in Maine and his community, the Maine Association of Broadcasters is pleased to honor Don Shields as our 2007 Broadcaster of the Year.
I feel like I won a NASCAR race. First off, welcome to my hometown, because I'm fortunate I grew up in Rockport and worked in this market for 22 years, and I gotta tell you, this is a real shock when they told me back in July, and it's still a shock today. But a lot of you don't really, most of you think that you spent your whole life in radio or broadcasting. I've actually got proof that I started my broadcasting career back when I was 16 months old. I actually have this photo of when I actually was on the air. Actually, we were talking about Yastrzemski playing left field and whether he was actually going to make it back in '61. Anyway, that's this really kind of is it's humbling. When Don Brown won last year to go to the Hall of Fame, I remember sitting there being supportive of Don and thinking to myself, I hope somewhere down the road I get a chance to, be elected to the Hall of Fame. I never thought this was going to happen. Like I said, I've been fortunate to be in this area for the last 22 years and doing something I enjoy. Being able to be on the air, I always say what a great job. They sit you in a little room, let you talk to yourself, and give you a paycheck every other week. And no one questions it. They think that's like sane, and that's a good thing. When we do things at our stations to help out the community, that really is the number one thing. I know when the Katrina catastrophe hit, we decided to try to fill a trailer truck, which a lot of radio stations did. And we got a call, I think midway through the first day, that we had to stop because we filled it up. And they couldn't get a second one down there. So we shifted gears and decided to raise money. And our morning show, in one morning, did $15,000 for the Red Cross, which I thought was pretty impressive for Rockland, Maine. And so we always refer to that because our station's called Real Country, the power of real country. And we do those types of things. Like last year when we helped out 103 families to get them Thanksgiving food baskets, or with our Fuel for Families program, thousands of dollars we've raised for that. And usually there's certain times of the year when we release the money, we release it to the Salvation Army. And last year, I think this tells you when you know that you're doing something right. We got a phone call. We released all the money that we were going to release for the year. We actually had a few $100s left over, and got a call from the organization we work with that they had a mother and 2 children who were they're left in an abusive situation. They needed heating oil. It was not a question of how much, if we were going to get it, it was how much they needed. And so that's when you know that those types of programs, you don't go on the air and say, hey, boy, we just helped out an abusive family. But you know that, and you can maybe somewhere use that story. And I think that's the importance of what our job is day in and day out, of trying to help out the community. People who know me, if you've seen these little buttons around, you've seen this. They're buttons that all say bingo, because I do a lot of basketball. And if you don't follow us here locally, or if you haven't heard me on WQDY, because I did 16 years of tournament basketball for them, bingo's a 3-pointer, so that's what you're wondering what that is. It's not that I do the bingo games at the Union Fair every year. And you know, the sports is very important to me. These people know that, and they also know that it's a. I have figured out how we can make money on it, a lot of money on it, and I've been fortunate that I have people to work with who kind of get that also. Kelly Slater, our general manager, and Rick Dougal, our sales manager, have kind of let me go and create this kind of massive monster that's taken on a life of itself. We're doing 500 games this year between our high school games, our Red Sox, our NFL, things like that. And they know that there's nothing I'd rather do than sit in a crowd calling a basketball game. And that's why people I've worked with can never understand why I take vacation time to go to the basketball tournament. Because if I don't do 25 games in 1 week in February, I go crazy. And I do go crazy. And I've been fortunate that I've had a great wife for 26 years and 3 outstanding kids who, when it comes that week in February, or when I do the 70 to 80 games I do a year, just say, go, we'll see when you come back. Go do what you have to do. That's, you know, I've never ever heard a complaint like, oh, you're going to go do a game tonight. It's like, have fun, see you later. And without that, that wouldn't have been possible to do what I'm able to do every year and every day, sitting in a studio talking to myself. So I love it. And I love to also go to basketball games in the Banquet auditorium. Not the Civic Center, we sit too far away. Banquet auditorium. when I'm a homer, the guys from Calais can tell you that. If you've heard me in Rockland, you know I love my home teams. So when it's a head-to-head rivalry between 2 teams, I particularly don't care for that as much as I do when it's us against them. And I particularly like it when maybe like one of my teams, like Rockland a few years ago, was the number 8 seed, playing undefeated Prescott out here from Mercer County. I'm sorry. You know, like I said, bingo is the word for 3-pointers. And if I know that there are fans in front of me at the auditorium who can hear me, and I'm getting under their skin, it kind of motivates me a little bit more to be a little bit more aggressive. Thank God I had a basketball coach who was doing a game, that Prescott-Rockland game, when Rockland finally hit the 3-pointer with 45 seconds ago to seal the victory, because I sold that bingo all the way to Brewer. And that guy turned around and the guy I was with was 6'5", and he was ready to protect me because that guy wanted to kill me. But that's why I love this job. Thank you very much. This really is very humbling and very kind of surreal also. Thank you to the people I work with, because I work with, you know, we talk about how corporate radio is taken over, and corporate radios can be what you make it to be. We're fortunate, we got leadership in Augusta, the Augusta Rockland branch, that basically says this is what we have to follow for their guidelines, but let's go do the best radio we can do every day, and let's have fun. And I can honestly say that in the buildings in Augusta and Rockland, we have fun every day. And that makes it a pleasure. So if you're working someplace that you don't have the passion and you're not having fun, you may want to call us, because we're having a blast. Thank you very much.
Don Shields is a hard worker, loyal husband, and an all-around fine person.
Don Shields is a hard worker, a loyal husband, and an all-around fine person. Don Shields is a hard worker, a loyal husband, and an all-around fine person.
Don Shields, he's a hard worker, a loyal husband, and an all-around fine person. Don Shields is a hard worker. Now, Don Shields is a hard worker, a loyal husband, a loyal husband, and an all-around fine person. Yeah, Don Shields is a hard worker, a loyal husband, and an all-around fine person. All-around fine person. And an all-around fine person.
An all-around fine person. And an all-around fine person.
An all-around just fine person, great guy. All-around fine person.
Just an all-around fine person. Yeah, Don Shields.
It's birthday, right?
Larson barks out the signals. He'll give it to Aaron Champagne. Right side, turns the corner, cuts it up inside 30, breaks one tackle, 25 and more. At the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lawrence! And the Lawrence Bulldogs are the 2006 Class A state champions.
Second place goes to Fox Sports Maine, WIGY, WFAU, WRKD. State Championship High School Football, Don Shields, Rick Dugal.